Wanted to give you an update of what happened this week, give you a summary of Sabbath School last week, subject for this week, and a glimpse of what Donkey is doing on Wednesday night. Something you can join me on Wednesday with the Zoom link. The first thing I learned is that Derek cannot dance. The second thing I learned was that Mason is a man. The third thing is that Colby can't cuddle cats, that Clara can cook cake, that Landon likes living, that Colton can craft cauldrons in Colombia, that Samantha sings Sabbath songs sarcastically in the shower, that Andre is awesome, that Lacey can be lazy, and then Jaid jumps joyously while his brother, Jared, while he jokingly justifies his brother. We see that Ava angrily attacks aardvarks and alligators. We saw that Levi is not a loser. And 4 others in the class that I didn't get their name with a description. Gianni, Kayla, Nora, and then Kayla's sister. So Kayla, if you could get me your sister's name so we can be there for next week. I want to thank you guys for showing up in person. I want to invite those of you who are not able to, who are seeing this video. You're not required to come, but we are going to eventually open it up Zoom style or something so that you can attend if you have concerns about coming in person. But at the same time, stay connected with us because during this weird pandemic, we need to stay connected. So let's be in touch either way. There's a couple of methods through Zoom, of course, and then we have Marco Polo, which is a pretty safe way of staying connected with the group, and I'll send you the link as well. Moving on to a couple of questions that came up for Sabbath School last week. I asked 3 people a question each, and one of them was, what were you like as a child?
Kids struggle with, especially right now, is probably stress.
Answer your question about how I deal with.
So the 3 questions I had asked was, 1, what were you like as a child? The other one was, what is it like growing up as a kid these days? And then, how do you navigate restrictions? And so a big thanks to Kayla, to Andre, and then Courtney as well for sharing that. But all of that added up to this Jesus Christ who was a kid once. And how do you think he navigated this stuff? Well, it all boiled down to a life of obedience. And while we know him to be perfect, it's hard to relate to him. But I'm sure there were times that he disagreed, but submitted himself to his parents. But notice the strange conundrum he was faced with when his mother comes up to him at the wedding at Cana, and she wants him to fix the situation where they have run out of wine, and where Jesus is now compelled to obey his mother, but knows it's not his time yet. And so it's almost like he seems to say no, but then God seems to honor his mother's request. And it's almost like he changes his mind and follows through, changing the water to wine. And this is pivotal in application for you guys watching, because we now see that you guys are in need of learning to develop your connection to the Father, to God himself, because your parents have been modeling it for you. And you've been relying on their faith, whereas now you're needing to learn how to rely on Jesus for everything you go through. This is the most important thing, especially as your responsibilities are growing. You're getting more responsibilities in driving or paying bills, and you're going to be out of the house soon, and you'll have free reign to do whatever you would like. But you're going to need that connection, just as Jesus had connection to his Father, as he was beginning the transition of his purpose and his mission, as you discover your mission in this life. Mark your calendars, February 11th at 7:21 p.m. And what we're going to be doing is Wednesday night, we're going to be praying about relationships and how forgiveness is a part of what it means to be friends, according to Donkey. The lesson for this week is titled One of a Kind, and I'll be in touch with many of you in Marco Polo concerning that. Finally, I want to give congrats to Ava for scoring 1,000,000 points in Sabbath School. Don't ask me. I have no idea how she did it, but she did. So I'm looking forward to seeing each and every one of you, whether it's on Zoom or whether it's through Marco Polo or face-to-face at church. Guys, let's stay connected. Let's be praying for one another as we make it through this pandemic. In Jesus' name.